What is up, guys? If you're new here, you're just joining us, make sure to like the stream. We're gonna start doing more live streams in the morning. I gotta name them just market open, market close, because YouTube does not like when I talk about meme stocks like Dogecoin or meme. They don't like when I talk about meme coins like Dogecoin. They don't like when I talk about meme stocks like AMC or GameStop. So if you're new here, make sure to like the stream so we can get this out to more people. But otherwise, let's get right into it. Anyways, right now we're seeing AMC's price started off this morning, pre-market around 6 a.m., was over $75 per share. Probably a lot of you guys saw that. I've been getting a lot of questions in the chat recently. Like, how does this pre-market, after-market hour stuff work? I know a lot of you guys already know this, but if you don't know, the way that it works is essentially on platforms like Webull, like this platform right here, you can be buying and selling right now even though the market isn't open. This is where I buy, like, I own AMC, I own Dogecoin, I buy crypto and stocks on Webull's platform. So for those of you who don't have Webull, check it out using that link because you can buy and sell pre-market. So right now, when most people can't buy and sell, you are able to be trading. So that is something I really like about Webull. Good morning, all you guys. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Jose, Gage, Daniel, thank you for joining us. Gene Herring, thank you. I do appreciate you guys joining. And if you are new here, we're going to keep AMC really on the screen. We're going to talk about AMC, Dogecoin, a couple of other things in the crypto market. But before we get into that, I do want you guys to all like the stream because, as you can see, YouTube does not push out these videos to people. Ever since I did a video on Elon Musk and Dogecoin, they don't get... Whenever I talk about Dogecoin, whenever I talk about AMC, these videos do not reach people. So please be sure to like the stream so we can get this out to more people. But we do have a lot of exciting news this morning. Let's try and get this stream up to 100 likes before we really dive deep into the couple of pieces of information on the short squeeze with AMC. Shout out to Tammy Stop, I see you. Antonio, morning. Daniel, morning. Waterboy. Jay, we got a lot to cover, so let's get this up to 100 likes. I like when you guys are putting in the chat. We're going to answer all your questions, go over everything going on. Eventually, YouTube is not going to have these topics basically blacklisted for me because whenever I talk about AMC and Doge, they do not push these videos out, but I'm going to keep talking about it anyways. We're going to keep talking about it. But right now, we're seeing AMC stock, it dropped below below $60 per share. It's at $59.18 pre-market. But so yeah, if you guys are new here, make sure to like the stream. We're trying to get this out to more people. YouTube does not like when I talk about they don't like when I talk about anything related to AMC, Dogecoin, things like that. But let's get into it. Morning, Rocky M from Dubai. What is up? Time to buy AMC, BB. Okay, let's get into it. We're at 57 likes, but we'll get it up. We'll start to increase that. So for those of you who are new, AMC right now had a crazy morning. It went from about $67 after hours yesterday. That's where it sort of closed at 8 a.m. It went all the way up from 67 all the way up to 77 this morning. Pre-market. So pre-market, it got all the way up to 77. You can see right here, that was at 4:57 a.m. Eastern time today. And from 4 a.m. all the way to 7 a.m., it sort of holds still. It was holding between $72, $75 per share. Now we're seeing it. We saw it drop off, and going into market open, we're sort of around the same price where we closed yesterday. For those of you who are new, for those of you who don't know, you can trade pre-market. So you can sell right now. You can buy right now. Not on all platforms, but on this platform, which I'm showing you guys right now, which is where I buy AMC, which is where I buy Dogecoin. I also own Ethereum here. You can buy on Webull, and the link to that is in the top of the in the top of the chat. So make sure to download this if you don't already have it. You don't have to use my link. I don't really care, but it is good to take advantage of these opportunities before other people do. The reason why I like this platform is just because, like, for example, you could have caught a lot of this increase pre-market. I've done this multiple times on Webull where I've sold pre-market. I've done it with CCIV, Lucid Motors. I've done it with a bunch of stocks. So it's just something I like to do before the general population really can sell it. But right now, today, we've already seen that the volume is at 18.76 million. That's pretty high. Let me put this up so you guys can see it. That is pretty high for pre-market. On the right-hand side of the screen, you see 18.76 for this time of day. This is a really high market. This is a really high volume for this time. So something pretty surprising. In addition to this, other stocks that we're seeing pretty big moves in across the board. We're seeing a little bit of red for these meme stocks, the ones that we're seeing the massive short squeeze, the ones that were being targeted by short sellers. So, for example, BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, down about 9.6%. Let's go. Do we have after hours showing? Yeah, it says it's showing it. So right now, after pre-market, we're seeing down 9.5% for Bed Bath & Beyond. Skills is down 4.8%. GameStop is down 4.3%. So all across the board, pretty similar pattern we're seeing at around 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern time. It was, everything was it was well above where they closed, but since then things have dropped down. Doesn't mean, though, that we're not going to see a run today. We could see consolidation and then another run up later. One thing to keep in mind with AMC, I don't know if you guys saw my video I posted last night, but something really important happened with the data. Something really important happened with the data, and that shows us where the price of AMC is going to go moving forward. Shout out to MoleOwn. I appreciate you telling everyone to like the video. Yes, help out with the algorithm. Jav, Rocky M. So yeah, going with AMC right now. Couple of key pieces of data came out after market closed yesterday, which I do want to go over. The first one is going to be the short interest. So after hours yesterday, in our video, in our live, around 5 p.m. Eastern time, we spoke specifically about the short volume, how we had to keep an eye on this number right here, and that was going to tell us if the short squeeze happened, if it didn't happen, what was going on. We also said we had to keep an eye out on market volume and short volume ratio. Those were the three numbers that we said you had to keep an eye out on. I always use this site called fintel.io. You just short up AMC short interest. It's the first site that comes up. But so essentially what we saw was the short volume yesterday was at 95 million shares. And that's important because you would have thought that when we saw the price of AMC go up 100% in a day, that was the day that shorts covered their positions and that was the short squeeze. But that's not the case because actually what we saw is the short volume increased. It went from 95 million to 162 million. So what that means is we saw the short interest it went up about 70%. It went from 95 all the way up to 165. And that means that institutions are shorting this more than ever before. And that means that we have not yet seen the short squeeze yet. In addition to this, the market volume was insane. We saw it as 764 million shares, which is very, very high. The total shares in circulation are lower than that. So we're really seeing, a lot of shares trading hands, not just institutions. People are talking about artificial shares, things like that. We're not even going to get into that. But what we're talking about now is just a lot of people are buying and selling. So people who may have gotten in at a lower price, some people are taking profits because you don't get 764 million shares volume without seeing people, buying and selling. But we have about 9 minutes until market opens, and we are right around the price where things opened up, which is where things closed yesterday, which is a good sign. That is something we want to see going on. Robinhood or Webull, also BlackBerry stocks. It's the next AMC. Actually, And Super Dude 1, I'm going to be doing a video later today on 10 stocks that have very similar statistics to what are going on with AMC. That could be the target of the next, short squeeze, could be a big target of institutions, stocks that are being shorted heavily. So make sure to keep an eye out on that. It's just going to be titled like top 10 short squeeze stocks, something like that. So keep an eye out on that moving forward. And if you guys are new here, make sure to like the stream. YouTube, you guys probably know, but YouTube did delete my account completely. They just banned me when I did a video on Dogecoin and Elon Musk. So make sure to like these videos so we can get out to more people, because otherwise they don't seem to show my streams to anyone. But it's all good, all good. So let's look at this. Right now, we're going to stay in between. Hopefully, we open at least where we closed yesterday, so at $62 per share. We're going to come back to this in a minute or two. We have about 7 minutes till market opens, but I want to touch quickly on Dogecoin. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Dogecoin. We had some major moves over the last couple of days because of Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro announced that they were listing Dogecoin on their platform, available for people to buy, sell, trade. And today is the day, June 3rd, where people are going to be able to actually buy and sell Dogecoin on Coinbase Pro. So we'll get back to AMC in a minute, but this is important because today is the day. You can see right here on June 3rd, they said 9 a.m. Pacific time, June 3rd, is when we're going to see trading start to be available. This is important because at 9 a.m., so in about 3 hours, because that's 9 a.m. Pacific time, so 10 a.m. Eastern time, 2.5, 3 hours, that's where we're going to see everyone who has Coinbase Pro going to be able to buy, sell, trade Dogecoin. That's going to be millions of more people who have instant access to Dogecoin. Something to keep an eye out on. We probably will see a lot of volatility at that exact time, at 9 a.m. Pacific time, June 3rd, which is today. So in a couple of hours, we'll probably see a lot of volatility. Then, if you look at Dogecoin just within the last 24 hours, it is down a little bit, but within the last week, it has seen a pretty significant run from just a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago, when it was at 29.30 cents per coin. It's all the way up now, up over 30% in just the last couple days. And in general, today, the crypto market is doing pretty well. Crypto is up 6.59%. I'm posting a video on the other channel in just a little bit. It's already scheduled. Pretty important stuff because we're seeing all across the board, everything up. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, and the bull run for crypto looks like it is starting again. If we could see Bitcoin break 39,000 and reach $40,000 per coin, if we see it sustain that break above 40,000, we should see the bull market start pretty soon. But 5 minutes, like we said, promised you guys, we'll stay on with AMC. And we'll stay on with exactly what's going on with AMC. Puff 23. It's not 9 a.m. You're saying it's 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern time, but it's not 9 a.m. Pacific time. 9 a.m. Pacific time. My outlet's an eyesore. Yeah, I know, Michael. It's like I usually use my camera, but I'm just filming it directly from my computer because the camera usually lags a lot, and when I do everything directly from the computer, it works better. So we'll just figure out a better setup that works with this so you don't see my little outlet over there. Doge is on regular Webull. Yeah, I know, Owen. Dogecoin is on Webull, just like AMC. I own AMC and Dogecoin, both of them on Webull. That's exactly where I do it. I put the link in the top for you guys, but that is exactly where I buy, sell a lot of AMC, a lot of stocks, a lot of different assets in general. Because I like how we could be trading pre-market. You're seeing a lot of volatility taking place right now, but you can get in during this time on Webull. We are seeing AMC stock drop a bit at $58. Interesting to see. We got 4 minutes till market opens. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out. Hopefully, we do end up in the green for today, but I wouldn't be surprised. It looks like all across the board on all of these all of these stocks that had 50, 60, 70% gains yesterday, they're all seeing drop-offs. Most likely we're seeing some people take some profits after that run yesterday. But to give you guys a sense of what's going on, the short squeeze, like, have short sellers covered their position? No, they have not yet covered their positions, just because we saw the short interest increase. We went over that a little bit earlier in the stream, so just important to see. One thing that we're seeing why AMC stock is dropping now. The big announcement that came out this morning, pre-market, about 57 minutes ago to be exact, which is why everyone is reacting this way. We are seeing that AMC sold 11 million shares. 11.5 million shares. They filed it this morning with the SEC, and that's when we saw that drop. That's when we saw the price go from instantly $77 per share down to $58. That's what we saw at around 6 a.m. Eastern time just a little while ago. They said that they plan to sell more than 11 million shares during this frenzy to raise more capital, Class A common stock. You can see right here, shares of AMC reversed from dropping 7. They were up more than 20%. Now they're down 7%. So it was that 20% increase all the way. It was a 30% swing after this was announced. They said, we believe that recent volatility in our current market prices reflect market and trading dynamics unrelated to our underlying business or macro or industry fundamentals, and we do not know how long these dynamics will last. For those reasons, they said, we caution against investing in our Class A common stock unless you're prepared to incur the risk of losing all or a substantial portion of your investment. They're just saying, you know what, right now AMC's price not tied to what's going on in the business. It's just with the short squeeze and retail investors trying to get back at institutions, trying to get back at the large investment banks. They said AMC plans to use this money for the stock sale for general corporate purposes, which may include paying down existing debt and acquisition of theaters. They had, I believe, $5 billion in debt when we looked yesterday. They have a lot in debt. They raised $230 million on Tuesday. So this week alone, they've raised about $1 billion. $1 billion just from retail investors. And as a result of this, it's going to put them in a much better position long term, but it doesn't help what we're doing right now. It doesn't help what we're talking about right now with retail investors trying to make a lot of money with the short squeeze. But and this is interesting, guys. This is interesting because I believe just a couple of weeks ago, AMC's CEO, I thought he said that they wouldn't be issuing any new shares. Let's look that up. I believe he said that they wouldn't issue any new shares for the rest of 2021. Look at this. Isn't a buy after CEO says he won't issue. We're going to pull this up in a second. Market just opened and the price is tanking. We will see it level off, which is going to be a key couple moments right here. Let's zoom in on this. It is dropping. We'll wait to see what happens. Okay, so AMC earlier in the year, the CEO came out and said that they would not issue any new shares because people were debating. They wanted authorization for another 500 million shares, and they said that if shareholders approve that, they would not issue any. They ended up not doing that, but still, they had seemed pretty adamant earlier in the year that they wouldn't issue any new shares unless they really had to. So it was very surprising that they just did this. 11 million new shares, 11.5 million shares they sold. They sold those. So that's a little surprising. We didn't think they'd see it, but it makes sense that they would be raising that sort of capital when they have the chance. If you guys are new here, make sure to like this stream. YouTube doesn't like when I talk about AMC, doesn't like when I talk about Dogecoin, doesn't like when I talk about these stocks and cryptos that are making people a lot of money. The meme stocks, meme coins, they don't seem to like when I talk about that. So make sure to check that out. Like the stream so we can get this out to more people. Let's see if we can get it up to 200 likes. Let's look at the chat right now. Manipulating by big money. This is not happening now. This must mean whole. Yes. Yes, we are seeing it continue to drop. What is our nearest? Let's look. Do we have any support? No, right now it's like we're in basically a free fall right now. You could see there is not really any support until we get to about that $45 per share range. But today we're going to see some massive swings. It doesn't look great to start off the morning, down 16%. This is why we've always said, with AMC, we're talking about this yesterday during the stream. If you guys have made profits in these, it's always a good idea to just take some money off the table. It can't ever hurt to take some money off the table, just because these are investments that can have 50, 60% swings. And if you're going to react on emotion and you're going to start to get nervous and start selling, well, that's when you're going to lose money, because you're going to sell when it goes down. And then as soon as things start to bounce back, you're going to buy back in. And then when it drops again, you're going to sell. So you're going to just keep losing more and more money. And ultimately, if you want to be in AMC, just stay in AMC. Just hold it. If you don't want to be in it, then get out. Like that's what you need to do, because if you try and time it, you try and buy in, sell, well, then that's what's going to happen, and you are just going to, regret it. If you want to be in AMC, either take some profits off the table and put enough money where you don't have to worry about it, or just stay in. Same with like Dogecoin. It's either you're in or you're out. You don't like be halfway without any of this. You got to either commit to it or just forget about it. So yeah, if you guys are worried about losing money, maybe take some profits off the table, because we are going to see these swings today. Like we're seeing, down 12% now. We're going to see 10% swings throughout the day. We're going to see 10% swings throughout the next couple of weeks. It's going to happen. It's happened with GameStop. So, if you bought AMC, I read this article the other day. Let's look at it. AMC 7 corrections, I believe it was. So since we last had the run-up, AMC's stock has corrected multiple times before reaching the highs that we're at right now. Here we go. Let's pull this up, zoom out just a bit. Okay, we're going to leave that right there, but see right here, waiting for AMC to pop meant living through 7 corrections. You could see when we zoom in on this chart, there was one on like February 26th, another one on about February 28th, another one on mid-March. You see, these happen multiple times, and these are 20, 30% drop-offs that have happened multiple times before we reached where we are right now. So like, for example, we're seeing, this was an article by Bloomberg. They said it was easy holding on for 5 months for the meme. Think it was easy holding on for 5 months? Not really. Like, we had multiple sell-offs of as much as 36%, they explained, multiple days where we saw 10% drops. And that was before we saw this massive short squeeze, this massive rally. So they're saying if you're afraid of, if you don't want to hold it, and you're going to be nervous and buying and selling, that's how you're going to lose the money. Because AMC's price has dropped multiple times, 30, 40% in a given day over the last 3-4 months, since January, over the last 6 months, really. But the people who have held on to it this entire time, even when it dropped from 20 back down to like 10, the people who held on to that 50% drop, now they're up 6, 7x their returns from where they were originally. And if you guys are new here, make sure to like the video. YouTube they do not show my videos when I talk about AMC, crypto. They don't seem to recommend these videos. But so make sure, if you're new here, to like the stream so we can get this out to more people. Because we want to let people know what is going on with AMC, because really people are asking me. I've been getting a lot of questions on my account on Public, which is an investing app where I tell people what I'm buying and what I'm selling. It's completely free. People ask me, what's going on with AMC? Has the short squeeze happened? The answer is no, because short interest is higher than ever before. on AMC, which means short sellers are continue to bet against AMC. Another thing is people were asking me yesterday, I saw in the chat, thanks Alan for commenting, market cap for Doge, the Wiz King 21. People are asking me about, we'll first go over AMC, but they were asking me, should you buy more AMC? Has the short squeeze happened? And I explained how we had to wait till we saw the data. We're going to have to wait to see again today. Short sellers lost over $3 billion yesterday alone. They got wrecked. So, but they didn't cover their positions. They continued to short it even more because they're betting that at some point it's going to drop. But if you're asking, has the short squeeze happened? The answer is no. The price has not yet dropped. People are now. I also got questions about Dogecoin. What's going to happen with Dogecoin? Well, right now, Dogecoin's price is holding strong at 40 cents per coin. And we have the big announcement, which from Coinbase. And what we're going to see is at 10 a.m. Eastern time today, that's when shares are expected to be officially available to buy and sell on Coinbase Pro. So at that very moment, at what is this? Well, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Pacific time is what? 12. I was wrong. I said the wrong thing earlier. But 9 a.m. Pacific time is 12. Yeah, because it's 3 hours behind. 12 just at noon. So at noon today, that's when we're going to see the most volatility for Dogecoin. Because you see right here, I misspoke before. 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that is noon Eastern time. So at noon Eastern time, that's what we're going to see Dogecoin being able to buy and sell on Coinbase. So that means tens of millions of people are going to have instant access on Coinbase, something called the Coinbase effect, which we have talked about multiple times. Coinbase effect is when, on average, when a coin is listed on Coinbase, it increases 91% within the 5 days after being listed. So today would be the first day. 12 p.m. at noon, that would be the first day where the Coinbase effect, that 91% increase, would be taken into account. Every time a coin has been listed, a research firm called Mercari has scrubbed data to eliminate outliers, average what's going to happen within 5 days, and they said on average we'll see a 91% increase. We all know Dogecoin isn't average. Dogecoin has a really strong community behind it, so I think we could see it do even better. When the announcement first came out, Dogecoin's price was at 30 cents per coin. So I think if we're going to see what happens on average, a 91% return, well, then we would see it go to about 65, maybe even 70 cents per coin. Let's look back at AMC. AMC's price is holding, between. Hopefully we form. Okay, right now the problem is we're basically in a free fall. After hours yesterday, we skyrocketed. We went above $77 per share earlier this morning. You could see 77.26. The problem is right now is we don't really have much support. Trying to find okay, maybe there's a support forming at 54 because we have touched that a couple of times. 56 maybe. But really, there's no clear support right now. We have a support really at around 40. I believe it was 45. We'd have to zoom out. But that's what we're seeing right now. We are holding really, though, between 55 and 60, which is at least a good sign. But the problem is everything's going to be very volatile today. And like we said, the people who have sold off on this got scared during the run. Those are the people who have lost the money. Same with Dogecoin. When Dogecoin dropped significantly, those are the people who lost the money. Yes, Rachel K. Yeah, you're right, noon. And if you guys are new here, this platform that I have right here is Webull. I like it because you were able to buy pre-market, sell pre-market. You could have secured some profits. So if you don't have Webull investing app downloaded, make sure to check that out. It is the pinned comment in this video. I do use it for buying Dogecoin, for buying AMC. I use it for buying other stocks. It is one of my favorite investing apps out there. Just because of the pre-market, because of how easy it is, I really do like that. Let's look. Can we edit this? I'm pulling it up. I'll throw that link in the chat for you guys. This is the one that I use. But okay, right now we're at 55. We're dropping down. But you got to remember, yesterday was 100% gain. Yesterday it was up 100%. So to think that we're only going to continue to go up is unrealistic. And you also have to remember, looking at the data right now, it is still shorted more than ever before. AMC stock right now has a higher short position than it ever has. Right now, AMC has a short position of 162 million shares. 162 million. So the short interest continues to go up, meaning that institutions are betting against it now, continuing to say it won't do well. And if AMC and retail investors hold strong behind this, continue to pour money into it, well, big banks are going to get screwed. Screwed again. They didn't learn after GameStop. Price stopped loading, so it could have frozen. They could have halted trading, not frozen, but like halted trading, because we have not seen it move in a minute or two now. What is this? Real time. Looks like it might have been halted, because it's been holding at that $50.68 for a minute now. Yeah, Rachel, Dogecoin will be on regular Coinbase in a couple of weeks. Yeah. You are right. And you need Doge to drop below 39 cents so you're able to buy more. You can buy Doge right now. I mean, you just have to look at it. Do you think Dogecoin is going to do well long term? Do you think Elon Musk is going to be able to continue to push the price of Dogecoin up? Is he going to be able to integrate it into Tesla? He's already done it with SpaceX, but are they going to be able to make changes that need to be made? And if you think so, well then, the best way to do any investment is to average in over time. If you average in over time, well then you're able to capture some upside, some downside. You're not going to miss. The best way to get into any of these is to really just average in over time, because then you're not going to lose. You can't lose if you believe in something long term. You can't lose if you're averaging in over time. But yes, trading has been halted, because it has frozen $50.68. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to talk quickly about crypto until this comes back, because nothing is going to happen with the price for a couple of minutes at least, 10, 15 minutes. We're going to be on live for about 15 more minutes, so make sure to like the stream. YouTube is not pushing this out. We're only at 240 viewers, so if you haven't yet liked it, please be sure to like the stream. Let's see if we can get it up to 250 likes. Thank you, John Miller. I can talk about that in another video. So yeah, make sure to please like the stream if you are new here. But right now, while AMC is halted, trading is halted, which means it's not Webull, it's not Robinhood, it's just the New York Stock Exchange which has halted it. There's nothing we can do about that. No one has any control over that. In the meantime, though, let's take a look at crypto. Right now, crypto market is up about 3.5%. 2.5% for the last 24 hours. We're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything in the green basically, except for Dogecoin. That's because Dogecoin already had its run over the last couple of days, especially with Coinbase announcement there. So I wouldn't worry really about Dogecoin being in the red today. But the good news is that we are seeing Bitcoin, which really leads the price, really when you're talking about the market, Bitcoin is a good indicator of how crypto is doing in general. And right now we are seeing it bounce back. We saw a bit of a low on May 29th at $34,000 per coin. But we have been really just trading in between. Let me move this up so you guys can see it. But we have been really just trading in between 34,000 and 40,000. Really, we've stayed between 35 and 40,000 for a while. We haven't been able to have a sustained break above 40,000 for Bitcoin. And if we do see that, I think we'll see the entire crypto market enter another bull run. We will see everything start to recover. We'll see everything go up. Just in the meantime, though, it's going to take a little while just to see what's going to happen. We have touched that line a couple of times. It looks about 1, 2, 3, 4 times. But that's a pretty big number. Today we have a big announcement, though, because there is the world's largest ever cryptocurrency conference in Miami. 50,000 people are attending. Twitter CEO might be there. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the crypto world today that is great news for long-term adoption where we're seeing it. But as of right now, the key resistance that we're going to have to break through is $40,000 for Bitcoin. Trading has resumed on AMC, though. Trading has resumed. We are seeing that trading right now drop below 50. And a lot of times when trading is halted, a lot of people freak out. They try and get into their position. They try and, keep submitting their orders and submit their orders so they could go through. But we are seeing everything down. You could see the recently watched ones. AMC down 26%, Skills down 7%, Bed Bath & Beyond down 21%, GameStop down 10%. We will see all of these level off. It happens every single time, but we are seeing a big correction going on right now. But like I told you guys before, every time we've seen a correction, there's been multiple corrections for AMC. But the people who made the most money were people who just held on to AMC the longest. Am I telling you to hold on? Am I telling you to sell? If you've made a lot of money with AMC, like I've always said, it can't hurt to take profits. It can't. It doesn't matter how bullish you are on something. It can't hurt to take profits and diversify your portfolio. Looks like trading was halted again. It went from about $50 all the way down now to 43, and it appears to be halted again. It's going to be a wild day. Crazy day. If you guys are new here, though, make sure to like the stream. You all know YouTube does not like when I talk about AMC, GameStop, Dogecoin. They don't like when I talk about these. So make sure to like the stream if you are new here. Let's see if we can get up to 250 likes. But you guys got to remember, so right now what we're seeing with AMC, 43 down 30%. This happened exactly with GameStop. Back in January, this exact thing happened with GameStop. Anytime we see some stock have this massive rally, where it goes up 100% in a day, it is very common to see that a massive drop-off in any given day. And that is what we have seen with GameStop. Like, if you look at GameStop's chart, it went up to $483. Then the next 4 or 5 days in a row, it was red. It leveled off, and then we saw another push up to $350. So, that's what's happening right now with AMC. And again, so people who got nervous when it was at $483 and sold it at $50, well, they would have missed out because now it went from $50 to $250 per share. It's 5x from there. But you got to remember, people who held on the whole time are the ones who actually made the most money with GameStop. People who have sold it at each dip, each red day, people get nervous and they sell. Well, those are people who lost money with it. And that's like what we're seeing with AMC. If you look back at AMC's chart, it went at $20 per share back on January 27th. Then it dropped all the way down to $6 per share. So people who sold off when it went from 20 to 6, they lost money because if they had held it, they would have been up 12x because it went up to $72 per share. So that's just something to keep in mind with all of these. You can't be half in, half out. You got to be all in, hold it, or not at all. Let's 257 people watching. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can get this up to 250 likes. People say, how do you buy... Well, thank you, Genesis. How do you buy these stocks? Like I've said, where I buy my stocks, where I buy my cryptos, where I buy Dogecoin, where I buy AMC is on Webull. It's this platform. You could use my link. You don't have to use my link. I'm just telling you because what I like about this platform is with AMC, for example, you were able to buy AMC pre-market. Or sell AMC pre-market. So that's one thing I really like about Webull. But we are seeing already insane volumes today, already at about 121 million shares, which is crazy. Crazy, 121 million shares. You can see right here, top of the screen on the right. That's really high volume. Yesterday we saw 700 shares traded. Today we're seeing already 121 less than an hour into the market opening. That is absolutely crazy. Do I go on Twitch? No, I don't go on Twitch. Trading is still halted. We're probably going to see this throughout the day. It's going to be really annoying. Let's look at Dogecoin, though. Dogecoin, I don't think we're going to see any major movements until later today. Dogecoin's going to really, I think, hold pretty strong around that 40 cents per coin range until we see Coinbase Pro have it officially listed. Once it's listed on Coinbase Pro, well, that's going to be when we see more volume, more volatility take place. Right now, though, not going to happen because that's what everyone's waiting for. Everyone's waiting for this big announcement and the official release of Dogecoin on Coinbase Pro. It might not be exactly at noon Eastern time, but it could be could be close to that. And if you guys want to know, the best place to find out what's going on with me talking about these stocks, what stocks I'm actually buying and what stocks I'm actually selling, the best place to go is just to follow me on Public Investing app. It's honestly the best place to go because what I do on there is I tell everyone, I'm putting a link for you guys, I tell everyone exactly when I'm buying something, when I'm selling something, and you could see my exact portfolio. So anyone who follows me on here, it's free. They don't sponsor it. They don't sponsor me at all. If you want to follow me on Public, I will follow you back. And that's the best place because it's free. It's like Patreon, but free because you see my exact portfolio of what I buy. They don't pay me. They don't sponsor me. Nothing. But it honestly is my favorite app. One of my favorite investing apps. Trading is still halted. This is annoying. Still halted for AMC. But yes, if you guys do want to see what I'm talking about real time, what's exactly in my portfolio, well, make sure to go ahead, follow me on Public, and I will follow you back. Cardano, John Miller. Yes, Cardano actually had a big announcement yesterday, which we'll be going over in a video later. I really like Cardano. Cardano is one of my favorite cryptos. Like Cardano, Ethereum, EOS, Dogecoin. All of these are some of my favorite cryptos out there. And Cardano, in my opinion, has 10x potential for this year. It has a lot of potential for this year. What I like about Cardano is that it's more energy efficient than Ethereum. It can process more transactions per second than Ethereum. Also, Cardano is able to have smart contracts, NFTs, all of the same things that Ethereum has, Cardano has. Cardano recently announced that they're testing their smart contract, so it's not available to everyone yet, but it's something that I think has a lot of potential long term. Let me know in the chat if you guys do follow me on Public because it's just like a Twitter. It's like a Twitter, but for investing. I like it much better than Twitter, actually. Cardano, Eric McKinnon. Yeah, Cardano is awesome. I do like Cardano. Wow, we're still seeing trading halted. This is going to be a long day, guys. Long day for AMC. Dogecoin, though, I think we'll see a lot of positive news come out there. A lot of positive news. We're going to be wrapping up this stream in just a couple of minutes. But hopefully trading gets resumed. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out the rest of the day, everyone. The good thing for AMC long term is that, and for the next couple of days, the good news is that we still are seeing the short interest higher than it ever has been for AMC. AMC short interest right now is at 162 million shares. So that's the good sign. So people who are worried about this drop, the good news is that we are seeing that institutions are betting against it. And if retail investors, Wall Street bets, all of us hold strong on AMC, well, then they're going to lose billions of dollars, and it's going to cause the short squeeze to happen. So that's something just to keep in mind moving forward, is that it hasn't happened yet. No, Michael Wenzel, it actually can be halted for, it's not just always 15 minutes. It can be different periods of time. And actually, it was halted earlier. For example, Robinhood spoke about this yesterday. They explained how halting could be traded for various reasons, and it's not just always halted at a given price. It's not just halted for 15 minutes every time. It could be halted for a couple of hours. It does happen, depending on how many times it's been halted throughout the day, what's going on, how volatile it is. And there's no way to stop it. It just is going to happen. Especially when we're seeing these massive movements. That's one reason why people like what's going on with crypto, because crypto, you're not going to see these halts. You're not going to see the exchanges halt trading for hours and hours. Rodney, I personally like Public. I haven't had any glitches. I'm just telling you guys what I use. But for me, Public is, they don't sponsor me. I just like it. Other stocks, though, that are seeing the short squeeze happen, let's check out Workhorse. Workhorse was halted basically. I think Workhorse has not been halted. Workhorse is up 40% today. Workhorse is one of the only stocks that has seen the short squeeze that is up significantly today. Workhorse has a short interest of about 30%, I believe. Let's take a look at this. Workhorse short interest. Here we go. Throw that on the screen. Okay, 22% is the short interest of Workhorse. Same thing, though. Whenever we're seeing 20% or higher for short interest, that means institutions are betting big time against that stock succeeding. And we could see Workhorse's stock rise even higher. We could see Workhorse's stock rise even higher if we see people start taking money out of AMC. Because what happens is when one of these stocks does poorly, people start to look for other ones. So if AMC is doing poorly today, people are going to be looking, what's the stock that has a high short interest people are going to look at what's the stock that has a high short interest that people are that's going up today. That's what's going to happen. People are going to, look away from AMC. People who are not in AMC, for people who have paper hands, they're going to be looking at what's the other stock that has a short interest that's high, that's doing well today. And one of those is Workhorse. Put the majority of your portfolio in Cardano and then play with Dogecoin and other less known coins. Yeah, I like Cardano. Like for me, Cardano, Ethereum, those are some of my main ones. And yeah, those of you guys who are new, make sure to follow me on Public. It is completely free. They don't pay me. You just can see. It's just like a Twitter, but where you can see my exact portfolio. The thing what happens on YouTube is people talk about stocks all the time. They say, this stock is going to do well. This stock is going to do well. But the problem is they don't actually invest in them. They don't invest in those stocks. So, and people might show you, but there's always ways that people can fake it. On public, there's no way of faking if you own something or you don't own something. It's either in your portfolio or it's not in your portfolio, and you'll see exactly on my account what I'm owning, what I have. XRP has a lot of Matthew has a lot of like legal things going on right now. So I own some of it, but there's a lot going on with Cardano. Once they clear everything up with the regulators, it should be fine, but there's a lot going on there. If you guys are new here, make sure to like the stream. YouTube does not like. Yes, John Miller, make sure to get everyone to like this video because we got 240,000 subscribers, but only 245 viewers. It's because YouTube doesn't like when I talk about AMC. They don't like when I talk about Dogecoin. They banned my whole channel because of it. Coinbase Pro said they would allow trading on Doge. Shouldn't it be mooning? Okay, yeah, so someone just asked about Coinbase Pro talking about Dogecoin. Why isn't Dogecoin's price going up? The reason why Dogecoin's price isn't mooning right now is because it's not going to be available on Coinbase Pro until noon Eastern time. They said 9 a.m. Pacific, so that's noon Eastern time. So keep an eye out on Dogecoin for noon Eastern today. Meanwhile, though, AMC's price is back up. AMC is back up. Trading is officially, back up and running. The price has gone back up from about $41 during that drop-off when it was first halted. Now it's up to $50. So you're seeing these price swings are like 10% easy in a minute, 10% in a minute or two. Yep, Steven. Yep, 12 Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Exactly. That's what's going on, though, with AMC. Have any of you guys followed me on public yet? Because I'm going to follow all of you back. Let me check. Nope. No one has followed me this morning yet on public. So if you do, I'll follow all of you guys back. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up this stream probably for now. We'll get back on later and make sure we're gonna go on in 2 hours at 12 p.m. Eastern time when Coinbase Pro will be listing officially Dogecoin. We're gonna try and do 3 streams a day, one at 9 a.m., one at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and then one at 4 p.m. Eastern time, like midday, morning, and closing. So let me know what you guys think. But make sure when you join the streams from now on that you like the video right away so we can get these out to more people. YouTube does not like when I talk about this sort of stuff. I don't know why. So make sure to like it when you guys get on. Make sure to follow me on public. I'll leave that link right here. I'll be talking on that later today. So yeah, make sure to follow me there, and I'll see you guys in a little later today.